You're watching ABC7 News at 4, starting with First Alert Weather.
Good afternoon. I'm Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan. Thanks for joining us here. And I tell you, we've got the second named storm of the season. It just came down from the National Weather Service. It had been classified as a tropical depression, but now it is a tropical storm, and it's well into the central portion of the Atlantic. There's the forecast path and track. Top winds are at 40. Notice it doesn't go too far after that. It just kind of stops right at the islands, and that's a result of some strong shear that's expected to take place. And so it may not even make it past Sunday. In fact, we don't expect it to because the winds are just too strong for Tropical Storm Beryl in the upper levels of the atmosphere. So it looks like it's going to bring heavy rainfall to the islands. We'll have to keep an eye on it once it makes its way into the Caribbean. For us on this 5th of July, we're looking pretty good out there. Beach weather is just gorgeous right now and a little bit sunny as well. Lots of sunshine out there, but there are some storms that are developing once again along the sea breeze front. I don't think we're going to see the activity we saw yesterday with those heavy storms, but we will see scattered showers and storms. Some of those could be strong, already starting to produce some lightning with some of those cells, and those are moving very slowly off to the north. Boy, we had lots of heavy rain yesterday. In fact, we had 3 inches of rain in less than an hour across parts of the Sun Coast.
Yeah, this was the scene at 41 and 10th Street yesterday in Sarasota. Bob, I know you were trying to get to the fireworks. You ran into this, huh?
Yeah, I saw the roads blocked, and this is a road that normally doesn't flood right there at 10th Street because of the construction, more than likely big issues. Water was just gushing out of the drains. It was just an amazing sight. I even saw a fish in one of those drains.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
Well, we followed more on this story today. ABC7's Jackie Kelly joins us now live from Sarasota with how FDOT is planning to deal with this reoccurring problem. Jackie?
Scott, FDOT tells me that where we saw a lot of that flooding on 41 is considered a low point. So that means it collects water from not only north and south of the road, but also from surrounding areas. Now there is a drainage system in place that pumps out water to the bay, but because they saw a tremendous amount of rain in such a short amount of time, debris got clogged into that system, backing it up. FDOT says while some of the debris could have come from construction sites, a majority of it probably has come from people's yards and businesses around the area. Now today, FDOT says they're working on cleaning out that debris from the drainage system and checking on the pipes to make sure nothing was damaged. Now they're also looking into creating a backup system just in case this happens again. Scott, back to you.
Jackie, thank you so much. Those same strong storms are blamed for starting a house fire in Lakewood Ranch. A lightning bolt hit the home on Blue Runner Court around 6 o'clock last night, starting a fire in the attic. The 2 people inside escaped, but won't be allowed back in until repairs are made to the roof. We're told it could collapse at any moment. This afternoon, we are digging for new information about a deadly crash in northwest Bradenton. This happened just before 11 o'clock this morning. We know that at least 2 vehicles were involved in the crash at 9th Avenue Northwest and 75th Street Northwest. 1 person was killed, and a child was flown to Bayfront Medical Center in St. Petersburg. Busch Gardens is now working with Tampa police after a park guest was hit by a stray bullet last night. Police say a man was walking in the theme park with his wife around 10 o'clock when he felt a bullet hit his shoulder. Police believe someone shot into the air as part of the 4th celebration from outside of the park. Now let's go to Jacqueline Matter with breaking news out of Washington. A member of President Trump's cabinet is stepping down. Jacqueline?
Scott, just a few moments ago, President Trump made that announcement with a tweet that he is accepting the resignation of Scott Pruitt as the administrator of the Environmental Protection Agency. This comes as a series of ethics embarrassments. We're going to actually head over to Scott, Dennis.
Well, yeah, Scott Pruitt stepping down today as EPA director. He's been accused of misspending taxpayer money on everything from travel, security details, pay raises for staff. Pruitt also being accused of being cozy with the energy executives that he's charged with regulating. We'll have much more on that resignation coming up on ABC7 News at 5. Well, you watch the drama unfold live right here on ABC7 News at 4. Now that protester who climbed the Statue of Liberty and caused a big July 4th standoff is going to court. A small group of demonstrators gathered on Liberty Island to protest the separation of migrant families. Authorities tried to talk the woman down, but she said she would not come down, quote, until all the children are released. Police eventually used a ladder to physically get to her. She now faces federal misdemeanor charges. Now to that video of a police tasing a man in Pennsylvania that's sparking outrage.
You're really gonna tase him?
Sean Williams was tased while he was sitting on a sidewalk. He's now talking about the dramatic police takedown. Last Thursday, the Lancaster Police Department responded to a 911 call about a man with a bat. In video of that confrontation, it appears Williams is following orders, but an officer does shoot him with a taser gun, claiming he was not following the instructions.
I was 100% confused about the whole situation. I was wondering why they were giving me all these different directives.
Williams filed a lawsuit against that officer and the police department for $75,000 for what he says was excessive use of force and racial profiling. The video is sparking anger online, prompting protests. The mayor calling the use of force of great concern. Rescuers in Thailand are now searching above the cave there for any openings that lead directly to the spot where a dozen boys and their football coach are trapped. It's a race against the clock as heavy rains could raise the flood levels in the cave, and the boys could be trapped there for months. If they do not find a passageway, the plan is for the boys to use special scuba gear and then swim out with help one by one. The woman involved in a terrifying video of a parasailing crash in Mexico is now talking about that for the first time. That is Katie Malone, high above the ground, swirling in the air, part of an agonizing 45-minute plummet into a Mexican airport. Well, she's now out of the hospital and sharing details of that terrifying experience.
Going down fast, that's when I started spinning in circles and I got sick. So then I just, started saying a prayer, and right before I crashed, I passed out.
Malone suffered several injuries, including a fractured skull, broken ribs, and a collapsed lung. She was airlifted from Mexico to San Diego and spent 26 days in the hospital. The trip was supposed to be a birthday celebration, but her family says they're just happy she's okay. A sad discovery on one Suncoast beach now has Florida Fish and Wildlife investigating. Mote Marine Lab has a 24-hour response program for stranded sea turtles, dolphins, and whales. Yesterday, the team received a report of a dead manatee in Sarasota County, and the FWC is now involved. Mote Marine also retrieved 2 dead loggerhead sea turtles that had been struck by boats in the last few days. It's just a reminder of how important it is to watch out for marine life. On a positive note, beaches in Sarasota County are a lot cleaner now thanks to the hard work of dozens of volunteers. More than 200 people woke up extra early today for the 5th annual Liberty Litter Cleanup. The volunteers picked up more than 122 pounds of trash and recyclables from 9 area beaches, and for that we say thank you. A fisherman in Pompano Beach caught a whole lot more than just fish. He ended up reeling in what he called an early birthday gift from Pablo Escobar. Jorge Bustamante posted a photo to Instagram of him holding up a brick of marijuana. He said he found it, fittingly enough, in a weed line. After he took a selfie with the kilo, he put it in call to the Coast Guard for them to take it over from there. We have more to come in your Suncoast News. More affordable housing could be coming back to Sarasota. Plus, with recent home invasions at Holmes Beach, the police department there now wants you to get involved with helping catch criminals. And renovating a home got a lot more interesting for one couple when they discovered something inside their walls.
I am the resident district manager on the FAU campus for Chartwell. Whenever I see Haley, I do not see a person with a disability. I see a person with extraordinary abilities. Haley is always smiling. She's always on time. She gives fantastic customer service and is always focused on any job that she's given.
Hi, this is Dan Marino. When your business recruits people with disabilities, everybody wins. To find out how, go to disabilitieswork.employflorida.com.
This is an important message for anyone with Medicare. You may be eligible for an all-in-one Medicare plan that combines hospital, medical, and prescription drug coverage together with extra benefits that may include dental, vision, hearing aids, and much more. Some of these plans have a $0 monthly premium regardless of your income. That's right. For one low plan premium, or in some cases a $0 premium, you may be able to get coverage for your hospital visits, doctor appointments, prescription drugs, routine dental care, eyeglasses and contact lenses, hearing aids, and possibly more. Today may be the first time you've heard about this type of Medicare plan. The advisors at the Medicare.com helpline are licensed insurance agents who will explain more when you call. Call now to see if you qualify. Call the number on your screen now. Call now to see if you qualify for these benefits. You worked hard for your Medicare. Now is the time for your Medicare to work hard for you. Not affiliated with or acting on behalf of any government agency or program.
when you are home alone, an emergency can become a tragedy. However, with any of Life Alert's 3 emergency systems, help can be summoned immediately, whether in the bathroom,
I've fallen in the shower.
at home,
Help! I've fallen and I can't get up.
and on the go.
Help! I've fallen in the park and I can't get up.
Don't worry, help is on the way.
Life Alert saves a life every 11 minutes.
For a free Life Alert brochure, call 1-800-518-0221. That's 1-800-518-0221. Call now, 1-800-518-0221. For a free brochure, call 1-800-518-0221.
Hello, I'm John Merce. Rugs As Art is celebrating yet another anniversary, and I would personally like to thank each and every one of you for the many years of continuous support. All during the month of July, we're having a grand celebration. We have flooded our showroom with yellow tag specials, meaning more discounts and more savings than ever before, plus free padding. So don't miss this anniversary celebration at Rugs As Art, Sarasota's bigger and better area rug superstore.
He's known for building affordable housing in Sarasota and Manatee counties and for deciding to call it quits in an effort to bring affordable housing to downtown Sarasota. Well, now Harvey Vengroff deciding to revisit that topic. ABC7's Taylor Torregano is live on a piece of land that Vengroff plans to build on right off Fruitville Road. Taylor?
Good evening, Scott. It's a near empty parking lot now, but if all goes as planned this time, this 500 acres will be home to 150 two-bedroom apartments with a plan to take 500 people off the streets. Harvey Vengroff was in the process of bringing affordable housing to this lot at the beginning of this year, but he quit after he said building costs and impact fees no longer made the housing affordable. Now he's teamed with Commissioner Hagan Brody, who today finalized bringing Harvey back to reconsider. They have scaled this project down quite a bit since from the original plan of 5 6-story buildings. I'll have more details coming up at 5 and 6. I'm live just off of Fruitville Road. Taylor Torregano, ABC7, your Suncoast News.
After a violent home invasion on Holmes Beach, police are starting a new voluntary home security program. Police are asking homeowners who have surveillance cameras to join a database and help fight crime in the city. Police say officers will not be able to access the video unless you give them permission. If you want to sign up, contact the Holmes Beach Police Department. Now let's send it to Jacqueline Matter in our newsroom for a look at what's trending today. Jacqueline?
Scott, a couple in California says they want to carry on a bizarre tradition that they found while they were remodeling their home. Alex and Jess Monty found a note hidden inside their bathroom wall. The previous owners left the message that said, quote, "We remodeled this bathroom summer of 1995. If you're reading this, that means you're remodeling the bathroom again. Well, what's wrong with the way we did it?" There's also a picture of the couple and their pet rabbit. And social media is also buzzing as Steph and Aisha Curry welcome another championship, their first baby boy. The basketball superstar and his wife announced the birth of their son by posting a photo to Instagram captioned, "My heart is full. God has been too good to us." The boy named Cannon is the third child for the Golden State Warrior point guard. Now, fireworks, of course, lit up the sky last night for the 4th of July, and we had a lot of you from our social media posting about those fireworks here on the Suncoast. Let's take a look. Here are just some of the pictures and videos our viewers have been sharing with us on our Facebook page all day today. Now, if you have some on your smartphone, please share them with us. We'd love to see them, and you could even see them in one of our newscasts tonight, so make sure you tune in at 5 to 6:30. Well, let's head back over to Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan for a look at our first alert forecast for this afternoon. Bob.
Thanks, Jacqueline. And we're glad that everything worked out as far as the weather goes. It cleared just in time for the fireworks, and boy, there were a lot going on all across the Suncoast. Lakewood Ranch now getting some fireworks. Mother Nature at it again with showers and storms moving in and developing now along the sea breeze front. We are going to see these intensify somewhat, as I can see the southeast sea breeze as well coming up, and they're going to meet again, and we'll see some big storms, I think, firing up, especially inland areas, and we'll get some along the coast, as I mentioned, but not as many as we'll see inland. You can see pretty quiet throughout the day, and then notice this is that east coast wind coming over. Now it's drifting more to the northwest. We still have a long way to go before they meet. If they do meet, As I said, it'll be inland and more than likely more the heavy weather into Hardy, DeSoto, and into east of Manatee County. Right now, nothing on the beaches, but we do have some storms developing along I-75 and just to the west near the Meadows and also near University, Lakewood Ranch, getting some rainfall. Parrish, a few lightning strikes there as well. And we had some rain near downtown Braden, and that has since shifted to the east, although there's still lightning around near Ellington, stretching along I-75 all the way to Parrish right now. Some pretty heavy rainfall there near Cross Creek Parkway. And then down south, I mentioned Whitfield Avenue near the Meadows, Lakewood Ranch. The Meadows getting some rainfall and some lightning strikes. This is moving off to the east, and this is going to kind of collide with this storm as well. And those two will get a little stronger, I think, there right at Lakewood Ranch. And then down south, east of I-75, east of Venice, some showers popping up here and there. That upper level low, which brought us the rainfall over the past couple of days, has shifted off to the west now. So these storms aren't expected to be as intense as far as heavy rain goes, but there's still the possibility of that heavy rain in some isolated areas just because of the heating of the day and the fact that we're in summer, and these storms can really intensify due to the heat of the day. So showers and storms, a lot of it inland throughout the next several hours, and then those will make a break toward the coast later on tonight. So a few showers are in the forecast even later on tonight. And then tomorrow, we'll see a chance for a few showers out there in the Gulf of Mexico in the morning. And then the main focus will once again be the inland areas, as that wind will be rather light, but we'll still see a combination of the east coast and west coast meeting in the middle where heavy storms will develop. And we'll get into a more normal pattern, I believe, as we head into Saturday and Sunday with showers and storms eventually drifting back toward the coast. And we talked about this earlier. This is the second named storm of the season. This is Beryl, and it is moving off to the west-northwest now. The National Hurricane Center has now defined this as a tropical storm. It does have a closed low, winds above the 39-mile-an-hour threshold. It's up to 40 miles an hour, but there's strong winds, as there always is this time of year, coming off South America, and there's quite a bit of shear there. So here's the forecast path and track. Its top winds are at 40 now. In fact, the Hurricane Center believes that it will be ripped apart and be downgraded to a tropical low by Monday. So Sunday is about as far as it will go, and then it will continue to track off to the west. We'll have to keep an eye on it as it moves further on down the line, but for the time being, it doesn't appear to be a significant threat to the islands there. As far as the other system goes, it looks like it has a little less of a chance developing now because of the interaction of a cold front that'll work its way through and kind of rip it apart as well in terms of the upper level winds, the 40% chance of it developing into the third named storm. Currently, we have some showers and thunderstorms nearby at the airport. It's 88 degrees, and the heat index now is at 99, the pressure 30.09 inches, and that is actually on the rise as that low pressure is leaving. And as far as boating goes, winds will be basically the same tomorrow. Southeast, turn to the southwest at 5 to 10 later on in the afternoon. And the extended forecast is calling for a 40% chance for scattered storms, mainly through the weekend. We'll see that rain chance anywhere from 30 to 40% and stay that way right through Thursday. Remember, if you had it over the weekend and the holiday here, we had the weather app, and it was very useful. I sent out numerous weather updates as these storms were moving on in, and a lot of people watched them. So again, if you don't have it yet, please download it. Go to your app store, do a search for First Alert Weather, WWSB, and download the news app as well. There's a news app and a weather app. You want to have both those on your phone.
Well, let's talk some weather now, Bob, with around the state. Some people in Lake County are doing some cleanup today after a small tornado touchdown. Take a look here. Boaters were enjoying a holiday, got quite the scare as a tornado touched down behind their boat. You can look at the video. It destroyed a warehouse. It knocked a hole in a restaurant. It even sent those boaters running when it passed over a lake. Once the shock in the sky settled, though, many people spent the rest of their holiday afternoon trying to help here.
And I'll tell you, those tornadoes in Florida, we get a lot of them, usually EF0s, EF1s, and a lot of the damage that you see right there. But the National Weather Service says it was an EF0, 65 to 85 mile-an-hour winds, which is fairly typical, Scott, that we'll see those EF0s and EF1s. We don't get the big ones, you know, the fives, but yeah. That's usually for Kansas, Texas, and Oklahoma in Tornado Alley, but that's scary enough.
And enough to do some damage,
oh, yeah.
We saw. Well, people in Houston are still dealing with widespread flooding. Watch this time-lapse video. It shows an underpass quickly rising with water. The vehicle in the picture completely submerged within about 30 minutes.
And the National Weather Service says the entire area is under a flood watch, a flash flood watch. Some areas got up to 4 inches of rain in 2 hours or less, and 3 more inches could fall through the afternoon hours.
So we had our flooding issues here in the Suncoast, Bob, but yeah, not like that.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Bob. Coming up, some apps you may be using on Facebook will soon disappear. What you need to know about the data on those apps, plus your favorite food trucks could soon be making appearances other than at special events. We'll check in with a Northport City Commission meeting that's underway right now.
I'm Stephanie Roberts. Coming up tomorrow at 9 on Suncoast View, a Suncoast dance team is winning big awards, and now they want to win your vote. We'll see an award-winning routine from Stage Door Studios and hear how they need you to get to a national competition. Plus, learn how to jam out on guitar for a fun week of guitar camp with some of the best. That's at USF. All that and more coming up tomorrow morning at 9.
Here's something we bet you didn't know. Nearly half of all cancers can be prevented. That's right, half. Nearly 50%, mostly by making small everyday changes in your diet and controlling your weight, walking more, eating less, and eating foods that help you and your family to seriously reduce the risk of cancer. And of course, by not smoking. Visit the Cancer Prevention Together We Can website and get a free 30-day planner filled with tips, recipes, stats, and more about protecting your family. Go to prevent50.org.
Thank you.
What are you doing? You are the best protection she has. Buddy up. I'm Jill Harrington. Please visit helpsavethenextgirl.com and get involved.
Soldiers in the Army National Guard serve to give back to their country and communities. Their part-time commitment qualifies them for an array of benefits, such as affordable health and life insurance benefits, education benefits, including tuition assistance, student loan repayment and GI Bill programs, a retirement plan based on part-time service, and VA home mortgages. Visit NationalGuard.com to learn more about all the benefits available in the Army National Guard.
Hi, I'm Janelle Hale, founder and CEO of the National Breast Cancer Foundation. No one should face breast cancer alone. When I was diagnosed 36 years ago, there was no internet, and I had to make a decision with little information. Early detection saved my life. It could save yours too. To learn what every woman needs to know about breast cancer, visit nbcf.org/hope.
I witnessed him have 2 heart attacks in ICU. He went through seizures.
We'd much rather have Aaron like this than dead. A lot of parents don't have that luxury.
He can't talk. He can't walk. This is a condition Aaron will live with for the rest of his life because he abused prescription pills.
Mind your meds. Learn more from the Partnership for Drug-Free Kids.
My name is Haley. I have Fragile X syndrome. I work with Chartwells at Einstein's and FAU. I like being up front and interacting with students. The students are very nice and very hungry. Having a job is a big ticket for independence.
Hi, this is Dan Marino. When your business recruits people with disabilities, everybody wins. To find out how, go to disabilitieswork.employflorida.com.
Right now, a special meeting is underway in Northport. Take a live look at a city commission meeting there where they're talking about both food trucks and artisan markets. Right now, food trucks within city limits are limited to just special events there, but that may soon change. Commissioners are also looking at approving 2 artisan markets where vendors could sell Pampered Chef and LuLaRoe items. Congratulations to 2 Suncoast restaurants. They made the list of the best seafood dives in Florida. Trips to Discover releasing a list of their top 12 best seafood dives. Owens Fish Camp and Starfish Company in Cortez made that list. The travel group says the restaurants focus on fresh boat-to-table food. The Starfish has amazing waterfront views, and of course both of them boast some old-school Florida vibes. In consumer news, Facebook is getting rid of a few apps. The company is shutting down the apps Hello, TBH, and Moves because they just aren't very popular. Hello combines Facebook information with phone contacts. Moves is a fitness app, and then TBH, an anonymous social media platform for teens. Around the world, more and more people are working. A new report says global employment in developed countries has not been this high since 2008 financial crisis. But the Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development says wage growth is, quote, remarkably more sluggish. One area that is growing, the search for oil and gas. Companies that had seen a sharp downturn in their work when oil prices fell are now being put back to work, with oil prices now topping $60 a barrel. Let's get back to Bob now with your evening forecast.
Well, Scott, typically we talk about going for a beach walk. It looks like it's going to be okay. There's going to be some isolated storms. I think most of that will be inland. It should be pretty good for a sunset tonight. Later on tonight, though, as we approach the, say, 9, 10 o'clock hour, there could be some storms firing off there. I wanted to show you the Lakewood Ranch webcam getting wet now, so we're getting showers and a few isolated thunderstorms around. And as far as the radar picture goes, pretty quiet throughout the entire day. You'll notice the southeast flux of the East Coast breeze and really firing up down here near Naples, Alligator Alley, and the isolated showers here developing with that sea breeze, which continues to push inland at this point. As these two meet, especially in the interior counties, I think we'll get a significant amount of rainfall like we're seeing right here. That's the west coast and that southeast kind of meeting together, causing those significant storms right there. But you can see some heavy weather near Parrish right now. Lots of lightning occurring there. It was over Bradenton. That has since shifted off to the east. Some rain now at Lakewood Ranch as well. And you'll notice the general trend is off to the north, northeast now with this. The beaches look pretty good right now. So again, for your beach walk or run or just kind of chilling out there watching the sunset, should be okay. Not a big problem for this evening. But it is along I-75 as rain is fairly heavy in places all the way down, as I mentioned, Sarasota near Lorraine Road. You can see that Lakewood Ranch. The rain is lessening there somewhat, but still I would not venture outside in these areas because this lightning is fairly close to you, and these storms have the potential for generating lightning here in the next 10 to 15 minutes. Scott?
All right, Bob, thank you. We're just getting started here. Jacqueline is in the newsroom again with a look at some of the stories we're following tonight. Jacqueline?
Scott, July 4th is one of the busiest days of the year for animal shelters as many pets run away from home due to fireworks. Coming up tonight at 5, we joined Manatee County as they reunited pets that ran away during fireworks with their owners. And at 6, a new Florida law hopes to combat the growing opioid problem here in our state. We'll hear how those who need the measures will impact people who need that medication regularly. And at 7, how children and families in need are getting by without the help of food programs at school during this year's summer break. Back to you, Scott.
All right, Jacqueline, thank you. And thank you for joining us on ABC7 News at 4. We hope to see you back here in 30 minutes at 5.